Hey kids, Brian Trauman here, Pez Through the Ages. We got a Facebook page and a YouTube channel and 26 or 27 Goofies to go through. They could come in these awesome vending boxes, even these Mickey ones that say Goofy. This one's got one in it. I wonder what it is. But don't forget to check out the Virtual Pez Convention Scholarship Fund. Go to virtualpezconvention.com and check it out. Be a recipient, be a donor, be part of it. There are way too many Goofies, and I couldn't even tell you what years they're all from. I can tell you these guys over here are from 1966, and I can tell you we start to get into the 1989 way over here. But let's start with version A.1, and I'm using the versions here in John Laspina's guide, Goofy A and Goofy A, Goofy B and Goofy B. C, D, and E, and F, and so on. So there's two version A's. Let's break this down. These three guys right here have movable ears, and their nose pops off. You're not going to see me take it off today, but I'll compare. Let's compare these guys, because you've got A and... See how that A, with the removable nose, both have movable ears, but and removable teeth, by the way, don't, but I think you could. This one is a distinct, you'll see a seam, let me zoom in for you. You'll see a seam around the nose, which indicates it's a separate piece of plastic. Can you see that? I hope you can. Anyway, I'm going to put that one back down. I'm going to zoom back out. Am I? I am. So, my A's have the removable teeth. By the way, if you pull them, removable doesn't mean remove them. It means they could be removed if you really had to, but they're glued in. And I can tell from experience, and I'll show you when I get there, that if you try to remove it, you will break it. Two of mine are DBP, and that's the Deutsches Bundespatent, or something along those lines. That's the first patent, before the 2.6. It's a German patent number. All of my A.1s have a Walt Disney Productions copyright here. I'll show you in a little bit. And an H in a circle here, which I think is indicative of Harvey Comics. There it is. There's the H, and here's the Walt Disney Productions under the ear. All of mine have them in this kind of combination with the H under the right ear until we get later on, but I'll show you those. All of the A.1s that I have are metal spring, and what else? And plastic pin. I don't have any that are metal pin. It's possible they're out there, but not that I've got. I'll zoom back out for you. Will I? I will. So DBP, a different DBP, if you're interested. That's what that one looks like. And this one's a 2.6 Austria. Removable teeth, removable nose, removable hat, removable ears. That's all. These 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are what I call A.2. They also have the removable teeth. They have the movable ears, but the nose does not come off. That is the big difference between A1 and A2. But if you look at all these pretty colors, you'll see peaches and pinks and light pinks and yellows. You've even got a blue hat. A couple of them have eyebrows. And on the eyebrow ones, you'll notice that they have pupils. That's not missing paint. That is a intentional circle in the black part of the eye that the others do not have. But it is on all three of mine with, let me see if I can get closer for you. All three of them with the eyebrows. These A.2, this group of 9, comes on DBP 2.6, 3.4, and 3.9. The two yellow ones have metal springs and are on a 2.6 and a 3.4. This guy right here is on an awesome Spain stem, but nothing remarkably different about the head, although it's this cool bubblegum thing, and it has the same Walt Disney Productions and the H for perhaps Harvey Comics, which really I don't think belongs on there. This one, for whatever reason, and this is on a 3.9 Austria, is the only one with a blank area here. There's no H. Still has Walt Disney Productions on that side. And that's A.1. Now, if we move over here, these four, I'll move these up a little bit so you can see. These four, the two raspberries in the back, and this peach one on the blue, they're all going down now, and this pink one are B.1, which means that the teeth are now molded into the head. They don't come out. It's the same piece of plastic. The ears still move. The hat still comes off, and it's this short red. The nose still doesn't come off. Both of the raspberries are on Yugo stems, although they're different Yugo stems. This blue one has a spine with feet, and this one on an Austria stem has no spine on the footed stem, which is one of my favorite stems for whatever reason. All of these have the H, just like you see here, and the Walt Disney Productions copyright. Well, let me check and make sure. I take it back. The blue one is the only one that has that. No, I take it back. The blue one has it, whatever. This one, the Austria one, yeah. The Austria one does not have the H. Why? I don't know. There's Walt Disney. That's B.1. B.2 are these two guys over here. They look remarkably identical, and that's because they are. The ears don't move, the nose doesn't come off, the teeth don't come out, the hat still comes off. So really the only difference here is that the ears don't move. But you'll also notice that the hat doesn't fit. The head has got this, here, let me put it that way. The head goes beyond the hat. You don't have that with these guys. Well, that one you do. That one you do. These guys, the Yugos don't. This blue one doesn't. So that's interesting. That guy and these two guys, both from Hong Kong. Now what's interesting about these is we don't have the H anymore. It's gone. But the Walt Disney on this guy is on the wrong side. From all the other ones we've looked at so far. It's over here. This is B.1, B.2. There's a white version of this. There's a blue hat version of that. That's exciting stuff. In the back row over here, we have the two C versions. I'm going to call them C1 and C2. John's book doesn't call them that. I'm going to start off with C1, which would be the blue stem, short red hat, and I'll put them down so you can focus. You can see there are two different snout colors. There's light brown, there's dark brown. The nose is actually part of the head, and the snout kind of fits on top of that. There is, for this version, there's, I believe, a short yellow hat, like a yellowish green hat that looks like this. These guys have a tall hat, and you can see there's two different colors of those. And I think there's a red version of this, although I don't have it. These, what's interesting about this difference to me is not just the hat, but we go from look at this one first, from Walt Disney, see if I can get it to focus for you. That copyright says Walt Disney Productions. If I turn it over, you might be able to read it. Oh, the Walt Disney Company. So we've switched it. And then when you go to the green hat, it just says, oh, it's this way. It's a glossier head, and it just says copyright Disney. That is C1 and C2. Then we're over at D, which is this guy that we probably all have in our collections. There's only one of them. It has the orange collar. It's got the green hat. That's fantastic. And the thick-footed stem. This guy comes out in, 1997. And then we get this guy, hold on, comes out in 2003. So the teeth start to make an appearance. The hat is still there. It's got a black band on it. That's the main difference between these two. And in 2020, we get the Disney Parks version. It's pretty much the same thing. It's on a Vietnam stem now, different stem. And way back in 2005, we get the extreme Goofy. He's got headphones, he's got 5 of his friends all making faces or wearing hats or silly goggles or something. That's the extreme version. And you'll find him in the price guide under extreme or licensed characters, comma Disney / extreme or something like that. But I have him here with the Goofies because it makes sense. Oh, and last but not least is the 1979 Softhead Goofy with a hat. It's rubber. It's going to say made in Hong Kong somewhere. Oh, this one actually, where is it? Here on the side. Walt Disney Production, Hong Kong. These were intended to fit onto US stems with a cartridge at the top. You'd just ship a big bag or box of the heads over from Hong Kong and stick them on these things here in the United States for final assembly. I'm going to break all these by knocking them down. But with the petroleum shortage in the late 70s, early 80s, that didn't go through. These were just with kind of test pieces, if you will, samples, and there are maybe 20 of those out there. So well, we range here from $5 to $4,000. I hope you've enjoyed Goofy. Go get yours and see what you got.